Hey, hey, hey. Ready for an upper body workout, everybody? Straight up now, tell me, yes, you want to do this. Okay, we're going to do some leg swings first. We're going to pump our arms a little bit more. Seems how it's upper body day. So go ahead and get it going right here. We got 30 seconds going on the clock. Kind of pump those arms with those legs, or if you're holding onto something, pump the one free arm. And then go ahead and get the other side. No need to turn around. I'm not quite sure why I did. For funsies, you know, almost did it again. Just go ahead and get a couple swings in on one leg and then get the other side. I'm Coach Jelena right here, and we are ready to pump it. Windmills is next. So nice wide stance, straight arms, really kind of open up that chest. And I want you to think about getting some activation in that upper body as well here. So grip those shoulder blades together, shift the hips back. Let's go crazy. Nice, get a comfortable stance there. All right, so we have these 4 warm-up moves we're gonna do together. And then you're gonna continue on with those warm-up moves, cycling through in the same order while I show you the demonstrations of our exercises for today. Jumping jacks is next. So nice big jumping jack. If you're modifying, you're tapping it out right here. Equipment for today, folks. If you have 1 significant weight or 2 moderate weights, that would be optimal for today. We'll be doing all kinds of things like bicep curls, power snatch. We got some rows, all kinds of stuff. So once you get a look at the exercises, then you can maybe make the decision on what weights to grab, have them close by if you can. Butt kicks is next. Flex the foot, take it to the glute. If you're marching through, you're right here. Let's go ahead and pump those arms. If you're marching through, get a little squeeze. And then if you're jogging through here more quickly, still pump those arms, get the shoulders loosened up right there. So our pattern for today, everybody, we have 4 stations for you, 2 exercises at each of those stations. We're gonna go for 35 seconds each exercise and 3 rounds. Going back to those leg swings here. So swinging it, pump those arms, keep it going, and I'm gonna show you our moves. So we're gonna be in a seated position for the first one. So legs are extended here and nice and straight. And then you're going to take your 2 weights. You can have 1 over each shoulder, palms facing each other, and then press up overhead. You're sitting up nice and tall, and you're not raising those ribs. You're kind of tucking under here. Moving on to your windmills, press, and then bring it back down. If you have your weights are a little too heavy, then go ahead and cup the ends and get that seated press. So that's move number 1. And we're gonna put that with a Russian twist. So you can go ahead and move to 1 weight if you haven't already at this point. And then you're getting into position here. Start with your heels down, lean back, get that nice recline in. And then if you're able, lift those heels and float while you tap that weight side to side. You're moving on to your jumping jacks now. And then if you need to modify this one, you're gonna keep that recline, but those heels go down, and then we're getting that nice solid twist from side to side. All right, that's station 1. For station 2, we're gonna do palms up for a row. So feet are about hip distance apart. We're gonna slide those hips back, and then we're gonna squeeze those elbows back behind us, kind of have a wider grip here, and then palms are up. We're still squeezing those shoulder blades. You're moving on to your butt kicks. But we're keeping the palms up and kind of sliding those elbows back, squeezing, and then lower down with control. So that's number 1. Number 2, there's a couple different ways that you can do this one. It's a plyo push-up. So if you're more advanced, you could be off the toes, lowering into a push-up, pushing off the ground, catching yourself and going into that next push-up. Most of you are gonna be either off your knees or on the elevated surface. I'm gonna show you that. Leg swings is next. So for that plyo push-up off the ground, you might need to grip a little bit with your toes. You're gonna lower yourself down, push off the ground, catch yourself and come back down. If that's a little bit tricky, you can use an elevated surface. Maybe you have something in your home that's where you can be off your knees at a cushion if you need to, and you're going to lower yourself down and push off that surface, catch yourself, and that is going to be our plyo push-up for today. All right, onto your windmills. Shoulder taps is the next one. If you want and have wrist supports, you're welcome to use those. Otherwise, hands are flat down on the ground, right underneath those shoulders. Go ahead and separate the feet for some good balance here. Tapping opposite hand, opposite shoulder, really focusing on the core so that you don't sway those hips side to side. Modification here is off the knees, same thing for that shoulder tap. We're gonna put that with a hollow body rock. You're moving on to your jumping jacks. Hollow body rock here. We're gonna go ahead and be on the back, navel to spine here, drawing those two together, ribs are down. If you're more advanced, you're gonna be here in this low position for the rock. And to modify, the legs are a little bit higher and the arms can be reaching, shoulder blades are off the ground, and then get that rock going. All right, so last station to show you, we're gonna be standing for, and move on to your butt kicks. And I think that's where we're at, and that's your last one. Okay, so a power snatch is first here. So we're gonna be feet about shoulder distance apart. We're gonna sit down just a tiny bit, so hips are going back, knees are bent a little bit. We're gonna press into the legs and then float those weights all the way up overhead, and then guide them back down nice and close to the body, and then reset, start again. So press into those legs and then come on down. You can get that rotation in just like I did when you get there to protect yourself. All right, we'll finish off with leg swings here. Just make sure you pump your arms, and if you need to, you could always move to one weight if you have a heavier one here or an injury. Last one is bicep curls. So we're gonna start with the weights at the side, good engagement and shoulder and back posture, curling, rotating up to the shoulder, and then back down to the side. And again, you can do that with one weight if you need to. All righty, everybody. We're warmed up, we're ready to go. Get yourself set up, pump those jams. I know a lot of people say like, the videos, it's not the same as in person. We like that energy. We totally get that, but there's ways that you can pump yourself up. Make your music a little louder, make yourself more comfortable, get a cushier mat so you are a little bit more comfortable and can really go for it. All right, we're gonna start with that seated press first. So go ahead and come on down. We have legs extended, so nice and straight there if you can. If you need to sit differently, that's all right, but we really wanna try this posture out because it's challenging us to sit up tall. Here we go. First 35 seconds is going for it in 3, 2, let's go. We got palms facing each other and then press up. So you're gonna kind of tuck those elbows back into your side here, or coming down here. So don't leave those elbows up when you bring it down. Let them come down with you, up overhead. If you have a weight that's a little too heavy to do 2, no problem, cup the ends here, press it on up. We're trying to really almost be like a doll sitting up tall right here, like that, good kind of strong and stiff. Press it up there. All right, we're doing that Russian twist next. So set yourself up here. Got to bend in the knees, lean it back. You can tap from side to side here, or even more advanced, float those legs up. You're trying to minimize any movement in your legs. That takes a lot of concentration and core strength. Good work. If this is a little tough on your back, then bring those heels down, or you can keep the feet elevated and take the weight out of it if you need to. You could always just lace those fingers and bring them down to the floor here, either with the feet elevated or not. Last few seconds here. All right. Back to our seated press. Oh, let's go. Ready? And get it. So we got straight legs here. We're pressing up tall. I'm gonna face you for a couple so you can see. We're gonna go full extension of the arms and then back down right over those shoulders. Boom. And we're doing our best when we press overhead not to poke out that chest or reach those ribs forward. We're keeping it in line. We got less than 10 seconds to go. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Good. You're doing it. All right. We're going down to one weight for that Russian twist. Remember our little recline to really rock and shock that core. You either have your heels down or up. You're either with the weight or not. Whatever is challenging you well. Nice jab. There you go. You're getting it done right here. You can't always focus on the woulda, shoulda, couldas and whatnot. You're getting it done right here. You got the home stretch. That's 15 seconds or less. Stay on target. There you go. Way to adjust and keep moving. Get that flexibility in there. Adaptability, last few. Almost said last couple, and then I said last cue and said last few, last couple mixed is last cue. All right, here we go. Extended legs. Roll out those shoulders real quick. Here we go. Press it up and guide it down with control. Up and down. And when you're pressing up, you're trying not to shrug your shoulders or reach at all, so they're nice and strong. Up, feel the power coming from the center of you and then going up. Even though you're nice and still, don't just think about your shoulders reaching. Think about the power coming from your body and extending through to the arms and then all the way up and guide back down. We got 2 seconds. You can get some good stuff done in 2 seconds. Woo! All right, Russian twist time. Those hips are a little tight, shake it out, and then come on back in. You either have those elevated feet or not. Try to really see if you can get an equal twist to the right and to the left. If you need to, take that weight out of it, just lace those fingers, see if you can get part of your hand or your knuckles down to the ground. And then there's that option of the heels down. You got 11 seconds to go. Lucky number 11 here. That's one of my lucky numbers. Woo, hopefully your lucky number is 35. That's how many seconds we're going today. Keep it going for a couple more. All right, nicely done. We're ready. We're standing it up for the first one, and then we'll come down for the second one for our second station here. Go ahead and grab a sip of water, and we'll get into the next one. We got that palms up, bent over row for our first one, and then we'll do those plyo push-ups. If you need to take the plyo out of it, go ahead and do regular push-ups. But I do encourage you to get an elevated surface, even if it's like a countertop, as long as it's safe for you. Let's go for the next one, friends. Here we go, bent over row. All right, hip distance with the feet, palms are up, and we're squeezing. So we kind of we're not letting the weights stay really close together. Where they're on the outside of the legs here, or right next to that thigh, or floating right above, kind of wide, squeezing, making sure not to round the shoulders, and we have a nice flat back, tipping those hips back for our start position. All right, we got 10 seconds left to go. There it is. Now's a great time to work on yourself. You're doing it here. All right, plyo push-ups are next. If you're off the ground, then you're gonna come on down, kind of grip with those toes. Make sure the weight's not right under your face, that wouldn't be good. So you're gonna lower yourself, push off the ground, catch yourself, and go right back into that next one. If you're using an elevated surface, then you're gonna be right here. Try to make sure you're not turning your hands in and elbows out to the side. You wanna still keep your shoulders down, lower yourself, press off, maybe float for a second there. Catch yourself and come on back down. Last few seconds. On the next round, I'll show you extended legs with an elevated surface there. All right, here we go for those rows. Alrighty, bend in the knees, hips back, nice flat back, and those palms are up. Ready position with a good grip between those shoulder blades. So we're making sure we have an active back. If this is bothering your low back at all, make sure you tuck under that tailbone, squeeze the core, and then sit those hips back with all of that intact. There you go. If that's not quite enough and you need a staggered stance, you can take it. Good. If your weight's too heavy, switch to one here and do palms facing each other. Alrighty. Here we go. Plyo push-up off the ground. if you're on an extended surface here, you can definitely do this with your legs extended. Like if you're on the higher counter, you want to do that. You're going to lower down, press and catch, press and catch. So you got lots of different versions you can do. You're going to end up floating a little bit more if you're off your knees and you have that elevated surface. Just make sure those elbows aren't going out. You want to still tuck them in like you do for your regular push-up. That's going to take effort there. Last few seconds. So one more to show off the ground here. Lower, press and catch. So it's small. You're welcome to be off your toes if you're up for that. Only if you've done it before and you're confident there that you can do that with the right kind of ease. Obviously, it's gonna be a tough move. We got our palms up for the row. This is round 3, everybody. Watch that form. Shoulders back, tuck up under with that tailbone, get that pelvic tilt, squeeze the core and keep it here. You need that staggered stance for your back. That's an option. You got 7 seconds to go here. Think about that back squeeze. Try not to tuck the chin under too hard. Almost. There it is. Woo, woohoo. Okay, off the toes if you're more advanced. Only if you know the move already. If you're off the floor, kind of grip here so you're not sliding all around. Lower, press and catch. It's a little bit awkward, so if you want to go back to that elevated surface, that is fine. If you're on a slippery floor, make sure it's braced against something. Nice job. And watch your form there. Shoulders down. Think about those elbows staying a little bit more tucked into your side than you might start off with. Last few seconds to go. Almost. There it is. Okay. We got 2 stations down. We're gonna be on the floor for the next 2 moves. So we got shoulder taps first, friends. So set yourself up here, hands right underneath those shoulders. You're either off your toes or off your knees here. Here we go. Feet are separated and begin. 35 seconds of fun. Watch those hips. We want to try to minimize this sway. So if you want to go faster, you can, or you can slow it down. Whatever pace works for you, and you can keep it nice and steady. Here you are gripping with everything you got. Legs, core, toes. Definitely those shoulders are working. If you're off your toes, you're here off your toes, make sure those knees are way back behind those hips and those hands go right under the shoulders. Final few seconds. All right, hollow body rock time. So we're on our back here. Set yourself up with the ribs down, navel to spine. Either legs are low and arms are low and you're rocking, or modification, legs are a little bit higher, shoulder blades are still off the ground. Try to keep from holding onto your legs. You can use your legs, keep it going right here. There you go. We got 12 seconds. You're trying to keep those heels from touching the ground. Good work. If it's bothering your back, take the legs higher. Last few seconds. Woo, 3, 2. Nice job. Okay, flip it back over for those shoulder taps. We want to try to have a nice flat back here. We're in that high plank position. If you're off your toes, the feet are wide. If you're off your knees are wide. That's going to give you that awesome base of support and help you with the hips having that minimal movement and that beautiful control. Where are your hands? Are they right underneath your shoulders? We tend to have them a little bit in front. Try to really focus on having them right underneath. You got 8 seconds to go. Shoulder tap. Knees or toes, you're solid as ever. If you're off your knees, don't have your hips up. There it is. Okay, hollow body rock, but it is full of potential and hard work right here. So back is on the ground, we're ready, and we're rocking. 35 seconds here. Try to make sure there's a little space between your chin and your chest. Modification is here. The legs can be a little bit higher, and then shoulder blades are up. You're working it. Good. All right, we got the home stretch left. 15 seconds. or less. Whether you're modifying or you're doing that advanced version, watch your back. Final few seconds. Keep it going. 3, 2, and 1. All right, here it is, round 3 on station 3. Double threes, lucky, lucky. Here we go. There you go, working that at-home workout. Again, you want to set yourself up for success. When do you have the most energy? Is it in the morning? Is it in the evening? Make your workout then. If you want a buddy, you like that collaboration a little bit better, go ahead, get your buddy involved. If you're on solo style, you got 11 seconds here. Watch those hips. Solo style, because you want to rock it and just depend on you. That's awesome. Find your groove. Get it going right here. Best workout. All right. Whew. Yes, you want to pay attention to your preferences. Set yourself up for it as much as you can. Here we go. If you're extending those legs low, make sure you're tucking up under so you have that nice navel to spine. Make sure you're breathing through this one. It's tough. You can always do as many as you can. It's better to keep moving through the exercise despite the pace, or you can try the modified and then try the advanced. 7 more seconds versus stopping. Try to switch and keep moving. Almost there. Good job. All right. We got one more left, everybody. We're going to be standing for the last 2 moves. Okay. Alrighty. We got a power snatch first. So that means that we're ready with those weights. We already did that demonstration earlier, so I'll recap as we go. Shoulders down and back. Palms are facing the legs. We got a little bend in the knees and hips. Press into those legs and then float those weights all the way up overhead and then guide them back down nice and careful, especially if they're heavy. Press into it. You're gonna draw it in. Those weights stay close to the body, and then you're nice and careful as you lower it back down. If you need to do this with one weight, maybe your weights are a little heavy, no problem. Little bend here, maybe a little bit wider. Press into it, use the leg power, and then guide it back down. Last few seconds to go. Good, you're doing it. All right, we got bicep curls next. So let's go for palms by the sides. Watch those shoulders. Roll them back, engage the upper back. Feel that nice, strong posture, that squeeze between the shoulder blades. It's not adding tension, it's just a supportive, strong frame while you're doing this move. You're not swaying or jerking at all to do those bicep curls, and you're making sure that elbow's not flaring out to the side, nor is it digging in or tucking into your side. All the way up and all the way down. 5 more seconds. We are pushing it real good. If you can hear the song, that's what it's saying. Woo! All right. Ready for that power snatch? 1 weight or 2 here. Go ahead and widen that stance a bit. Press into the legs, and then what you're gonna do is like a carried motion upward, just like you would when you jump. You're taking a momentum up, but you're not actually jumping here. Just the concept, the idea is the same. Press into your legs and then float those weights all the way up. Extended arms right over the shoulders. Woohoo! Good. You're welcome to bring the weights down however you're comfortable. You're gonna be extra careful if those weights are heavier. Alrighty, bicep curls. We're working on our gun show right here. Woo-hoo. All right. If you tend to have tension in your neck and shoulders, then you want to try to pay attention to yourself while you're doing upper body moves. Watch that neck posture. Make sure you're not cranking it, and give yourself the proper attention. And you could even check yourself if you're feeling something that's off, but you're not quite sure. Look in the mirror and see, or a reflection of a window, see if you can kind of identify what's going on with your body, creating any imbalances. Last 5 seconds here. Good. Core is on, little bend in the knees, almost there. Yeah. All right, round 3 time. Let's go. Ready, hit it. All right, we started out with that little bend in the knees. We gotta have our core on for this one. Remember that tip back we talked about with the tailbone tucked under and core on. Start right there, just like we did for those bent over rows. But here we're starting off just a little bend, press into those legs, and then come on up. There you go. Show you from the side again. Press, little 3/4 angle. Nice job. Press and up. You're doing it. Final few seconds to go. Woo! All right, last time on those bicep curls. We're having some fun now, aren't we? All right, for your finisher, when we get there, you can do it with weights or without. I will show you. You might want to do it with weights. I'm just saying, it's more fun. But I'll show you both, give you options. We're going for 3 minutes for our finisher. We're almost done here. We got 13 more seconds on those bicep curls. Little bend in the knees. Feet are hip distance apart. We're getting close to the end here. So again, our finisher is 3 minutes long, so you could always do weights for half, no weights for the other half. I think if I were you, I would pick weights for the whole time. Or if I hadn't done weightless in a while, maybe switch it up, but you'll see. Here we go. We're gonna put 3 minutes on the clock, and we're gonna be doing an AMRAP, so as many rounds, as many reps as possible. So a woman maker or a man maker is the move with the weights. So for this one, you're going to go ahead and start in a high plank position. Feet are separated. You're going to get in a row on one side, a row on the other, a push-up, and then you're gonna hop it in either narrow or wide, and then curl, press, bring it back down and start again. And you're welcome to step through it instead of jump through it, and be off the knees for the push-up if you need to. If you are not utilizing weights, then you guessed it, you're doing burpee push-ups. So you can start with that jump if you want to, or start with that push-up. Come on back in and go for it. And you're welcome to step through it, out, in. And you could always come to the knees for that push-up. And boom, ready to go. Okay, so whichever one you're doing, or maybe you're doing half and half, that's okay. We're gonna put 3 minutes on the clock here. That woman maker or that man maker has lots of parts, so I'll go over that again right here. Okay, ready, set, and here we go. All right, so if you got the weights, then you're gonna start down. Feet are separated. Go ahead and give me a row on each side, trying to keep the hips still, just like we did for those shoulder taps. Push up, come on back in, curl, and press here. Then bring it back down, either step it out or jump it out, and you're ready for your rows again. Otherwise, you're doing that burpee push-up. Whoop, speaking of push-ups, there's one. You can hop in wide, and then nice flat back, chest down. You can go slowly for the curl and press, but if you want a little help from the body, as you come up, go right into that curl. So just one curl there, and then come on back down, hop it out or step it out, and back to that row. Feet gotta be wide for this one. Yeah. You can do a push-up off your knees if you need to. You can be here, or if you're more flexible, you're welcome to be on the inside. Just make sure you're keeping that good posture. Let me show you that burpee push-up in case you need it. All right. You're coming down here, hopping out, making sure that you're not dipping those hips down. Push up off the knees or the toes, and then you could either step it in or jump it in, and then you're ready for the next rep. Hop out or step out, push up off the knees or toes, come on back in. There's your burpee. All right, everybody, you're doing great. Keep it up here, whatever level you're working with. Burpee push-up or that man maker or woman maker. I'm gonna go back to that one if you need it. All right, we almost have 2 minutes done. Only 3 total, so keep going here. We got high plank position, row on one side, holding those hips still. Row on the other side, taking that elbow up past the ribs, push up, and come on back in. You could step it in here, press into the legs, curl to the shoulders, press up overhead without raising those ribs. Come on back down and begin again. Step it out or jump it out. You're doing great. This is a very multifaceted move. There's a lot going on. You're welcome to be on the knees for that push-up if you need. Step it in or hop it in. Drop those hips down, curl, press. All right. We got this. 25 seconds left to go. Keep after it right here. Row, row, push up, or you could push up, row, row, and then jump it on in, or step it on in, curl, and press. Right over those shoulders. All right, this is it. Final few seconds. Whatever your level is, keep it going for those final few. Finish your style. All right. Woo. Good one. Look at you go. Okay. Nice. Woo. All right, we're feeling well exerted now. That's the way. That one will get your heart rate up. Definitely. Let's do some stretches here. We'll start off standing. Go ahead and take the elbow down away from the ear. Take it across the chest. And let's go ahead and lean that ear away from the shoulder. So I have my right hand across. So that means I'm taking my left ear to my left shoulder. And if you're the reverse, then go ahead and take it the other way. We're just past 30 minutes here. We're just gonna spend a couple minutes stretching. I'll try to keep an eye on that so we don't go too far over. Pardon. Whew. Okay, little swing of the arms, cross it over here. All right, now take the opposite arm across. If you started with the right, now you're on the left, and you're taking your right ear towards your right shoulder while your shoulder's down and away from your ear. All right. One great way to track yourself with your exercise is an exercise journal. You could do it with pictures if you prefer not to write it. If you're more of a handwritten person, then you got your notebook or maybe your journal or whatnot. Let's come on down to the floor next. Let's start with a child's pose. Sit those hips back, press the palms into the floor, and keep your elbows elevated. You'll feel it more in your back, in your lats, in your shoulders. You can even walk the hands away a little bit. So yes, a workout journal is a great way to physically track yourself with your exercise. You could also put it in like your notes in your phone, a digitalized copy, maybe on the cloud or whatnot, somewhere on the internet or however you want to do it, whatever your style is. It's a great way to track yourself. So maybe like, for example, with those man makers or woman makers or burpee push-ups, we did 3 minutes. If you counted how many you did, you could do that same move. Come on down to your stomach and see if you can match your same number or beat it at a future date. All right, now we're gonna do a scorpion. So your chest is down on the ground. Let's go ahead and take that right arm out to the side. Move your mic back. And we're gonna press the front of that right shoulder into the ground while we take the left leg up and over here. Woo! Another way to track yourself, which I think everybody tends to be a little bit more hesitant about, is tracking your food. But tell you what, there is nothing quite like tracking your food. It really helps you pay attention to what you're eating, how you're eating, and what ingredients are in what, or maybe you used to think something had more protein in it than it did, or you didn't realize how much fat was in a certain item. It really helps you pay attention. Let's go ahead and take the left arm out to this side now. Press the front of the left shoulder into the ground. Take the right leg up and over. So if you were a clock, our first arm was at 3, now our left arm is at 9 here. Phew. So there's a lot of hesitation when it comes to tracking your food. You can do it the same style, like find an app you like to track in, or maybe you like to write it down. Maybe you like to take pictures of your food, or have that digitalized copy like we talked about. Whatever method you're using, just make sure you are well guided with that. And if you have not tracked your food in a while or never tracked your food, I really want to encourage you to try it. Please contact us for some guidance if you need it, but it's a great learning experience. And I've gotten my best results when I've been tracking my food and doing specific things, trying to hit certain numbers and make sure I have a well-balanced nutrition. So I have a feeling it'll be the same for you. It's just a hunch, you know. All right, we'll see you very soon for your macho awesome workout. See ya.